Hello guys! So today I'm here with Gretchen and Lucy. I'll link their channels. They have like a vlog channel together, and then Gretchen has her own channel. But I'll link them down below. I'm staying with them for like a few days and it's really exciting. And we wanted to film a video together, so I asked you guys a while back on Instagram to like leave comments for like requests for us to do. And a lot of people wanted to know like high school kind of videos, because I forget that a lot of you guys are probably still in high school or like not even in high school yet and not in college.
Yeah.
So some people were requesting like the things that we wish we knew in high school. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the 10 things that we wish we knew in high school, and we kind of like all came up with these together. I'm just gonna like read through them, but then we'll like all talk about them. And I thought this would be like really helpful. And yeah. Okay, so the first thing, I made like a little list on my phone, is that your GPA starts counting like your first day of freshman year. Do you guys want to like talk about it?
Yeah, I feel like this one I was like has to go in here because like for me at least, like I just remember when I started like high school, I was about to say college. I remember when I started high school that like I just didn't know that like since the first day of 9th grade, like that counts all through like senior year. That's like the GPA that colleges are gonna see. So like try freshman year. Like I know it seems like college is really far away, but like it's still really important.
Yeah, I know some people too that like their GPAs were so good like junior year, but then they're like, oh shoot, my freshman year GPA like totally brought everything down. So just like try your hardest like all throughout high school, because it does count.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2 that we have is that your friends will change from year to year. And I think this one's like really important. So if you like have a friend like freshman year and you guys are kind of drifting, like don't freak out, because your friends seriously like change every year, and it's like it's natural for that to happen.
Yeah, like don't get too caught up over it, because you'll just make new friends. It's okay.
Okay. Number 3 is like don't dwell on high school relationships like / breakups. So like if you break up with like your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's not the end of the world. Like you're gonna meet new people, especially even in high school or like after high school and college. There's so many more people in the world, so it's like literally not the end of the world. And I do know some people like Gretchen who are still with like their high school relationships, so I'm not saying that they're like not important and like they're not gonna last, but I'm saying that if you are having like relationship problems, it's not the end of the world, because you'll seriously meet so many new people, and like you might not even talk to them after high school. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
okay, so the 4th one we have is don't worry about what people think too much.
This is like, I was like, this has to go in here because for me, I know in high school, like, it seemed like it was such an important part of my life, and I was like I just cared so much what everyone thought of me. Like I would get, not that it's not good to like get really ready for school and look your best, because like that's great and all, but I would spend way too much time getting ready in the morning, and I cared what everyone thought of me. Like I just wanted everyone to like me, and if I heard that no, like someone didn't like me, I would try really hard to get them to like me. And like don't worry about it, like don't stress about it that much. And I was telling Tasha yesterday, like I remember I would like trip in the hallway, and I'd be like, I'd call my parents and be like, I have to come home, like I can't like live, like how can I move on? Like tiny little things would happen, and like you get so caught up in them, and you worry that like everyone will remember you that way, like hey, she's the girl that tripped in the hallway, or like slipped in class. That happened to me too. But like literally don't worry about it. Like everything seems like such a big deal in high school, but like you're gonna go to college and no one's gonna remember anything that happened in high school. Like you're like your worst critic. Like you remember things that happen, and like you get mad at yourself for things that no one else cares about. So
I feel like if you do something embarrassing, as long as you own it, like people think like you're funny and like cool about it.
Yeah, I think like you think people care more than they do. And I remember I would straighten my hair for like an hour every single morning, freshman and sophomore year. It was ridiculous. And then I was like, wait, why am I doing this? And then I like haven't since then. Like,
Okay, so number 5 is don't be afraid to change your interests. And when I say that, I mean if you're in, say, like a sport and you don't really like it and you really want to try, I don't know, like theater or art or something, don't be afraid to change just because that's what you've been doing your whole life. I think high school is a great time to change and like find out who you are and what you like. And I know I was doing sports in like the beginning of high school, and I realized that I just wasn't really, like that wasn't for me, and I switched and I started like focusing on YouTube and just stuff like that, and like clubs. So I mean, I know like I changed, and I'm like really glad that I did. And I think some people are afraid because I don't know, maybe their parents will be mad at them, or their friends are all from like their sports team. But I think, you know, it's like important to like be yourself and like do what makes you happy, because otherwise high school is just gonna be like really stressful.
Yeah. I feel like that's true going into college too. I feel like you're like talking to me.
Number 6 is don't kill yourself with schoolwork. Didn't you guys have a story? Or oh no, that was for later on.
I feel like that happened with both of you a lot, and like me too. Like Lucy especially, I feel like you would try so hard, and like, is it really worth it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I know so many people that took like tons of AP classes, and I took a lot of AP classes. And then I like still didn't get into like my top choice school, and I know this happened to so many people. Like, you took like all the hard classes and were like killing yourself, and then you still, it didn't really do much. So I mean, I think it's important to take the ones that you really want to take. Don't like slack off, and do well in the ones that you are taking. Because if you take a ton, it's really hard to do like well in all of them. But yeah, honestly, I think everyone thinks, oh, I have to take all the AP classes, all the honors classes, and it's like, okay, well, I did that, and I know someone that did even more than I did, and neither of us got into our top choice school. So it's kind of like, you know, just do the best that you can do, and that's what's like important. You know?
I feel like too, like, you know when you're challenging yourself, so and you know when it's too much. So like if you're enrolled in like 4 AP classes and you're like, I'm literally dying, like don't do it just because you're like, I have to get to a certain college. Like, say you got into that college, killing yourself in high school, like do you think you're gonna be like successful in college, killing yourself again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just think like where you fit in best, and think like, I need to challenge myself, but I also don't want to be like killing myself. And on the other end, you also don't want to like be taking it too easy. Like, challenge yourself a little bit, but like not too much, because you still have to remember to like have fun in high school.
Yeah, and I'd say like senior year, like I took all these APs, and I was like, kind of after I got into college, I was like, why? Like nothing transferred. Like it was just like
senioritis.
Yeah, and for most colleges, you have to get a 4 or 5 on the AP exam for it to even transfer. So if you're taking a really hard AP and you know you're not gonna get a 4 or 5, like you're taking it basically for nothing.
Especially like senior year, because like you know you're not gonna study. Like,
Okay, so going off of that, number 7 is but still challenge yourself. So even though I am saying like, oh, don't take ones that you know you won't get like a great score on, like I'm not saying that, like still take them, still challenge yourself. I know people that had like 4 study halls in high school with like an art class and then like 1 writing class. Like honestly, like come on, like challenge yourself. Like colleges, if you do want to go to college, they want to see that you're like pushing yourself. And I mean, that's what school is. Like, you're not going to school to just sit there. Like, you're going to learn and, like, take classes. So, like I said, I mean, you don't need to be taking every single class and, like, killing yourself, but you should be challenging yourself, you know? Especially because college is harder. So, like, if you do go to college, once you get there, if you, like, weren't working hard or trying in high school, you're going to be like, oh. It'll be, like, really hard. So, yeah, don't, you know, forget to...
Like a balance.
Yeah,
like don't slack off. Like, I feel like you have to find the right balance between like having fun and like your social life, and like still working hard and like focusing on your academics, because you can definitely have like too much of either one. So
kind of going off of those, number 8 is don't spread yourself too thin, meaning don't try and do everything, and don't try and be the best at everything. You guys have like a story?
Yeah, there's like 2 people in our high school, like Max also.
Yeah.
Like they were just involved in everything, and they were taking like the hardest classes and like all APs, and like they were like presidents of like 5 clubs, and like doing every single sport like possible, and like I don't know, they were just like always like half there because they couldn't commit like all the time that needed to like anything really. And like everything kind of suffers as a result, I feel like. Like you're not, like your schoolwork's not gonna be that good, and like you're involved in all this stuff, but like how much are you really there? And like your like social life, like just everything kind of suffers, I feel like.
I think colleges would rather see that you're really involved and like poured yourself into 1 or 2 things, or 2 or 3, instead of like 7.
President of like 8 clubs.
I think it's more important to be like really into like a few things and involved, and like show your commitment to those, rather than be like, oh, I like was in this and this and this. So yeah, don't spread yourself too thin for sure. Okay, number 9 is to be nice to your teachers and I wrote ... for recommendations.
Yeah.
But I mean, you should be nice to your teachers anyway. I know some teachers are very difficult. I had some that I could not be nice to. But in general, you know, be nice to your teachers. Like, they're people too. And yeah, maybe they'll give you a bad grade on something, but like, you probably deserved it, honestly.
Yeah.
And like, before you go to college, once again, if you do, I know like not everyone goes to college, but if you do, like, you're gonna need teacher recommendations. So you do want to kind of like have good relationships with your teachers. I know Lucy and I were saying, like, we would just kind of like go into class, like do the work and get out. Like, you wouldn't like have relationships with your teachers. But then when you go to like ask for recommendations, they're probably like, wait, who are you? Okay, and then number 10, our final tip is to go to class. And I feel like this might be more relevant in college or in like senior year of high school, but a lot of people just start skipping. And I know like basically all my friends did that. I actually didn't do that, but for me, like, I took a lot of APs like senior year, so I really couldn't skip. But I know that once you skip once,
we did anyway.
You're already so behind. Especially in math classes. Math classes are the worst. You miss one day and then you're like
lost.
And you can't do the rest of the year. You're done. You are done.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, miss one day and then you have like a pile of work and then you miss another day and it's just like going, and then you're trying to catch up on the work you missed, but then you're missing the work that you have to do like then. And it's, you know, you're digging yourself in a hole. So honestly, like, I know you have to skip like once in a while, like, come on, but try to go as much as you can. I know it's annoying and no one likes school, but
I think that people, I think it is a slippery slope, but I don't know, for me, I just like got used to not going, and I'd be like, oh, what a hassle, I have to go to more than one class today, and then I'd be like, maybe I just won't go. And like, but also this is kind of unrelated, but I say people should go to senior skip day because you know no one's gonna be there, and you know all the teachers know no one's gonna be there, so then you're there for an extra day and you're not gonna learn anything, so you're just gonna like sit around.
All of our
That's what we did last year.
We're like,
I don't remember if I went. I feel like I didn't.
They're like, wow, like all the kids that showed up, like, you're great, and since there's only 3 people in the class, like, let's go get donuts.
Yeah.
Like, it was great.
My school was a prison, people. Like an actual prison. Okay, so that's it. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any more questions about high school, or you have any things that you wish you knew before high school that you want to share with everyone else, leave them in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and subscribe to these lovely ladies. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.